Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from a chilly Whitefish, Montana. And I don't know if it's chilly outside, I don't think it is, but I'm chilly in here, like trying to warm up my hands, and I don't have my heater in here anymore, so I'm a little bit chilled. Good thing I got my hoodie on, one of my all-time favorite hoodies. I teach early in the morning, for those of you that don't know. I teach Chinese children English online, and it's called Magic Ears, and this is their little mascot. And so I'm up at 4 a.m. and then I'm usually chilled, even in the summer. So I like having my hoodie to just kind of stay warm. And today it's kind of rainy. It's really hazy. I don't know, about 12:30 last night, a stench woke me up because I sleep with the windows open, and it smelled like burning tires. It was awful. And all night long, on and off, I kept smelling horrible things. It was so warm, I didn't want to close the window. But man, it was rough, and my nose was running, and I kept sneezing later this morning. So I'm hoping this rain gets whatever's in the air from whoever burnt whatever gone because it really stinks. All right, so it is Wednesday. It is Paper Pumpkin Play Day. I have not gotten my new paper pumpkin. Let me know if you got yours. Mine is on the way. It should be here Friday. So next week we'll do the new in color one that looks like an outdoorsy one, which is perfect for where I'm at for sure. Let me know if outdoorsy is perfect for you. Comment outdoorsy if it is perfect for you. Today we're going to do some revisiting and some mixing. I'm still in grad card mode because my son has a lot of friends who are graduating, and so I need graduation cards. So today I'm going to do at least one card, maybe even two. I'm going to show you one I did yesterday to just kind of see. It's kind of a repeat of what I did in January with the Good Things Come in Small Packages. But today I'm going to combine a little bit of that one with the April one because I want to give Avery a little bit more of a feminine card versus a cutesy card versus a plain old graduation card. Sorry, my nose is running from that air outside. Ugh. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this and get in. Hi, Missy. Great to have you here. Get into the basics about what is Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is a subscription box, which means you subscribe for it, and it just comes to your mailbox every month without you having to remember to subscribe. You don't have to remember to order it or anything. It just automatically comes to your box, and it is one of the best subscription boxes. I've had a number of different ones, and I think this is one of the best, and it's really all inclusive. Everything is in the kit that you need to make the cards or projects, except for the scissors. That's all you have to hunt down. You don't even have to hunt for a ruler. All you have to do is hunt for a pair of scissors, which I'm sure you have at least one pair in your house. If you don't, then it's time to go buy a pair. These are our snips. They are very sharp. They are great for fussy cutting. They're great for cutting ribbon. I happen to have two. I have one that has a ribbon on it, and this happens to be the old lemon lime twist, which is now back. And then this way everyone knows this is for ribbon only, because when you use scissors on multiple different surfaces and everything, it dulls them. So if you use just ribbon, just one pair of scissors for ribbon, then it helps keep them sharp instead. So one pair of scissors, that's all you need. Everything else is in the box. When you get your very first one, you get a block, and this is great for putting your photopolymer stamp set on. The photopolymer stamps are the clear ones, the clear plastic ones, and you can see through them, and they are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. You can't buy them anywhere else. Now with these blocks, if you were like, oh, that's kind of narrow, it's kind of hard, look, I have my nails, that's going to get in the way. The other thing you could do is you could order a couple of our ergonomic blocks, all right, where they're a little bit thicker. They have this little groove here you can see, and you can do that. Or if you really like kits and you order any of our other all-inclusive kits where all you need to do is add scissors, you could glue a few of these together, and that way you'd have it a little bit thicker for gripping. Now, do you need to do all that? No, this works perfectly fine. It works just like any other block works. It's just a matter of how you like to hold it. So for the purpose of today, I'll be using my blocks because I also have them in the different sizes, and then I don't have to change them out so much. All right, then we get an ink spot. Now we get at least one Stampin' Spot. Some kits come with 2 Stampin' Spots. That's always nice. It's a great way to increase your colors. And then all you have to do is buy the refill and re-ink your ink spot. You don't have to necessarily buy the larger one. For the purpose of today, I won't be using the Shaded Spruce. I'm going to be using my regular size ink pads of Garden Green and Crushed Curry because my son's school colors are green and gold. So these are the colors I've chosen that seem to match the best with his colors. And then the only thing I am pulling out of here today, where is it? The only thing I'm pulling out of here today is this piece that we had cut off. So originally, April was these 3 cards. Here are our no-fail instructions, plus the ruler on the side. So that's why you don't have to. Extra blocks are so convenient. Right, Missy? I feel like it is, because then you don't have to just, when you just have one block, you have to put the stamp on, you stamp it, then you have to clean it, then you have to take it off, then you put another stamp on. And it's so nice to have a few other blocks in the variety of sizes to just make your stamping experience that much easier. It's already easy, it's already uncomplicated, but when you add a few of these little things like a really good pair of scissors, excuse me, some blocks, and then some other things that I'll show you along the way, it just makes your kit experience that much smoother, that much easier, that much more stress-free than it already is. All right, so here is this card. This is one of the cards as designed by the kit. And then here was the sympathy card. I had used my original one, so I had to quickly make this one last week. All right. And then there's this, enjoy your day. All right, and then we did some alternates. So we have this one with the polka dots, and this was using the skeleton from the cutouts for these. All right, and we did that, brought in some extra ribbon. Then we did this one where we cut off, and so I'm using the other half of this, and we added the citrus. I got cat hair. Added some extra citrus in there and did that. And then last week we did this one, Celebrate Today. It could go for any sort of celebration. It looks more like a wedding card to me, but it could also be a graduation card. That's what I had originally intended it, but then once I made it, I was kind of like, that looks a little bit more wedding-ish. I don't have any weddings coming up, so we'll see whether this gets used for that. And then in this kit, we also had the dividers so that we could create our own, and I have not made up my mind how I'm going to use that, but that's okay. I've got some time. This box is not empty yet, although I do have other empty boxes that I'll probably use for that. So let's put this stuff away because I'm not using this part today. And this was the kit from December, and it had all the cute little boxes in it, okay? So these were the boxes, and here's one with the congratulations, you did it. Good things come in small packages. Happy, happy birthday, special delivery, oh baby, and congrats, happy for you, cheers to forever. And then I have some extra stuff in there, as you can see. So from this, what I pulled was the graduation one, and that's the dots on the other side. These were the add-ons. So some months there are add-ons. Lately there have been an add-on almost every month, I think. Not quite every month, but about every other month. So these were cards. Speaking of add-ons, before I forget, next month is a kit that will coordinate with the Countryside Inn Suite from the new annual 2023 catalog. And it is going to have some coordinating dies. Okay, so it's got the stamps already in there. It's going to have some dies that go with it. So when you're ordering your, once you become a member, once you become a subscriber, then you can place your order for the add-on. So, but you have to be a subscriber first. You can also get any of these, a lot of these past kits you can get once you become a subscriber. Not before then, not until after you become a subscriber. So, because when you go to try and order a past kit or the add-on, it will ask you for your email address. And so use the email address that is associated with your subscription, and then it will allow you to order those things. Even as a demonstrator, I have to have a subscription to be able to order it. That's just part of the deal. So that's going to be a really elegant kind of kit, I think. Now, do you have to have the Countryside Inn Suite to use that kit? No, that's only if you want to just keep extending that kit. I don't have that suite, and I haven't decided if I'm going to get it or not. So you don't have to have it. So the add-ons this month were cards. Add-ons last, or the month of this was December. Add-ons last month were also cards. I did order those. Those should also be here on Friday for the new kit. So that's going to be very cool. All right, so I just threw some extra, I didn't want that in here. I just threw some extra little things in here, and I thought there was, oh, there's not. Okay, so now the other thing I did is I don't have any stamps really graduation focused. So what I did, and Missy, I found the You Did It that I was looking for. It was on this one. I was looking for this little You Did It. The one you were talking about was a much larger one, but it was this little one that I had in my mind, and I couldn't find it. I kept looking on all my retired stuff. It was right here on this one. But I had already done the Just For You before I found this one. So, oh well. Oh well. So, let's see. We have, what am I looking for? Oh, so I went way back in time through all of my paper pumpkin stamps. All right. Do you keep, yay or nay, do you keep your paper pumpkin stamps? At this point, I have kept all my paper pumpkin stamps. So I was able to go way back when it was this old logo. They were sometimes doing a different colored box, but pretty much the polka dot box, that's been the same all along. And this one, it doesn't even have a date. So the cards in this one, I still even have a few in here that I use for my paper pumpkin taste testing class. It doesn't even have a date. I was looking in here trying to figure out when this was. Look, it was black and white photos, but it did give you the steps. They got away from the steps there for a while, but I'm glad they went back. But now I'm glad they have the color. It's way easier. And I tried to figure out when this one was from, but it's not saying. I think this is about from probably, say, 2017, 2018 maybe, somewhere in there. Yeah, look at those instructions, aren't they? They're better than they were there for a while. They were doing this, and then they went to fewer step by step, and that got really confusing, and then they went into what they do now, which I really prefer. Because sometimes with the lack of color, it was really hard to determine what they were using and what they were doing. So, and they didn't have the ruler in here, so then you had to go find a ruler to cut any of the string that you needed. So, and then they didn't give alternate ideas. They did show you how to stamp those, so that was nice. But yeah, it's been it's been quite a few years. They've come a long way, let me tell you. Anyways, in here we had a little cap, and then it says Hooray Grad. So I grabbed those out because I remembered having them, because that's like the only graduation things I've ever had before. So I have the cap, and then I was going to put the Hooray Grad on a on a stamp as well. So I have the little cap, and then I have the little caps on here, but our colors, our school colors, are green and gold, right? But I thought if I brought this in, it's got some blue in there, so I could then tie this into it. All right, so we're just gonna kind of cheat that way and do that. What I'm going to do is bring this in. Now this was the box cover, all right? So this went around the box. So I'm going to just cut off this bottom piece right here like this. And let's see, how we're gonna pull it in here like that. Now I'm thinking, I kind of like, help me out here, because I'm just kind of thinking out loud. This one just came to me right before I went live. So I didn't have time to plan it because it just hit me right before I went live. I was like, oh, I could use this and do this. And I like how it kind of has the shiny. And, you know, she's the only girl I'm giving a card to, so I need to give it a super nice one. So what do you think? Like that? Or we could do this one here like this. Maybe we should do that. Keep a little bit of a border around this edge, and then we could do our thing right there. And that way it's not too much blue, and then I have this if I want it for something else, or I could use it, actually I could use that on the inside. What do you think? We could do the Hooray Grad, or let's see, what else do we have? We could do the You Did It. It would be big. Congrats, happy graduation. Oh, we could do that. We could even do this one. What do you think? So, help me choose here. So, circle or rectangle. I like that. I'm thinking maybe of doing, yeah, it's hard. It's hard, right? No, that one doesn't really match. This one kind of works. This one works. And then I'm thinking that. What do you think? I like the circle. Oh, you like the rectangle? We're on opposites today. All right. All right. Well, at least there's two hats here. I wish they were in different directions. I guess I could kind of go this way and see. Nope, that looks upside down. I could go across here and cut this off, and then it would have a little bit more. Oh, I like that. I think we're going to go with that. I like the rectangle too. It was kind of small, but we're going to go ahead and do this. Let's see, we're going to make it the same distance apart. So this is right about just past 4 inches. All right, here we go. It actually, well, I guess it's kind of hard to say which way it goes because they're kind of going in all different directions. This way goes better, I think. There we go. Let's line. Oh yeah, I like that better. All right, and then this will fit perfectly here without being too small or too big, I mean. Let's see. And then we could do, where's my, here we go. We could do, let's use congratulations. I really liked this congratulations. Let's see if it's too big. Ah, it's too big. Darn it. That was a really nice congratulations. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Celebrate. And this is too big for this because I thought, oh, we could stamp on there, but that's too big. So the U does it. Is there a celebration? No. See, this is what happens when you have one thing planned and your brain goes in a whole nother direction. All right, we're going to have to use what we've got. So we're going to do the congrats. We'll do that, congrats. And then this is what I did on my little practice card yesterday. We'll just do happy, and I'm going to purposely make it crooked because yesterday I tried to make it straight and it came out crooked. So if you can't get something crooked, if you can't get something straight, do it crooked on purpose. We're going to do happy graduation like that. So if I want this little over. We'll do, there we go, happy graduation. I'm going to pick it up like this, and then we will stamp it. Where's our cardboard? We want our cardboard for the stamping. It just seems to work so much better. And we'll do that in the green to continue tying in the green. All right. And I'll do that. I juiced up my green because it was pretty dry, and so it wasn't stamping well at all. So congrats, happy graduation. And then we're going to stick a few, this is where we could use the gold, tie in some gold. We'll do a few gold hats. Let me make sure it stamps good. Yeah. There we go. Here we go. It's a nice little one. It's too little to go on our little owl, but it's perfect for this. There we go. Now we're tying in those colors. All right, so we're going to put this on dimensionals. Oh, right, here we go. We're going to put this on dimensionals like that. And then, of course, we need to glue all of these down. I think we're going to put these on dimensionals as well. I'm going to not put this on dimensionals, but I'm going to put those leaves on dimensionals. All right, so here we go. So even though it has some blue and the school colors aren't blue, we're tying it into the leaves, and then because it's got the graduation stuff on it, they probably won't even realize it doesn't match the school colors. All right, so then we're going to put some, let's put some of these on here. All right, up towards our edges, out towards the edge. We don't want it to sag, so we're going to make sure we have plenty of them on here. They had their last band concert last night. We are in, in the thick of it right now. So Monday night was National Honor Society new student induction or new member induction and outgoing senior celebration. So that was nice. Last night was the final band concert and the posters. I hadn't posted them yet. I'll show you the posters, at least my son's poster, and I'll ask some of my friends if I can show theirs. That we used the Cricut and we used some Stampin' Up! Stuff to make, but definitely lots of my crafting supplies. So that's always a nice thing to use crafting supplies. All right, here we go. And we need some sort, I'm going to set this off to the side a little bit because we need some sort of a bow. Let's see, do I have any gold bows? No, I have the green, which matches this, but I don't know. Do I use the green? I don't know if you can see that very well. Here you go. What do you think, Missy? Do I use that green? It's kind of bright. Otherwise, I think what we're going to use is white. I think we're just going to do a nice little white bow. I decided to sit this morning instead of stand. All right, let's just do a nice bow here on the side. It's kind of loose and floppy. I don't really have white. I need to get some more of that organdy. I gave it away as a prize, that sparkly organdy, before I found out it wasn't retiring. It was going to the online exclusives. So now I need to order some more. All right, there we go. That bow just really makes all the difference, doesn't it? Isn't it amazing? One little bow can just totally make a difference. So the other thing that I highly recommend for kit experiences to make them that much easier, that much sweeter, is a take your pick tool, especially for these wonderful glue dots that every kit uses. So I highly recommend this, and I know Missy will 100% or more agree with me on that, because it kept her stamping. She was just going to quit if it weren't for the take your pick tool. All right, so here we have our little bow. The other thing I like to use instead of the glue dots for adhering everything is the multi-purpose glue. This is my go-to. You can also, if you like tape runners, we have our Stamp and Seal. This works as well. So I tend to just be the liquid glue kind of girl when I'm doing my card making. So let me just make that a little smaller, that a little smaller, and then let me get some of the good scissors, and we'll just trim that off. And there we have a beautiful little card for Avery, the only girl that we're giving a card to, the only one that we're hearing about. All right, so now on the inside, whew, that's a lot of white. It is, right? It really is. So what you can do is, and this way we can tie in more green. Oh, all right, so I'm going to bring over here my wonderful tub of scraps. And I don't have a big enough piece. This one's pretty good. Let's see. So we can do this. Put this here in the center. And then we could use this. And I would be inclined to use it as an angle and write in here something. And that way it's short and sweet. Or I could do something like this. Nope, that's too much white. All right, let's see. I think this is too small. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal one of these. No, I'm not. That's not going to work. What can we use? All right, I'm just going to use a larger piece of white and fill that, and then we'll just do some stamping with that little hat. All right, so this is 4 by 4, so this will be 3 1/4 by less than 3 1/4. All right, let's see. Oh, that works perfectly though. Ha! Who knew? Who knew? I didn't know. I didn't know, really, I didn't. All right, so now if you have shapes with your dies, you could totally cut these out in different shapes and layer them up that way. You could use the deckled, oh, my hair. You could use the deckled dies or something like that, whatever you wanted to cut out. All right. And there we go. So we got nothing going on tonight, I don't think. I have to double check the calendar every day to see what's going on. And then we could stamp on here. I'm going to stamp, here it is. I'm going to stamp some green and gold hats. And then really the blue isn't even all that noticeable that it's not a school color, right? So their gowns are green, not gold. So then we need to wash this one. And then we'll do some green ones. And then we've got a cute little graduation card for a girl that's not just all plain old plain old. All right. And still have some room to write. Actually take some of these green ones off the edges. All right. There we go. So, still have some room to write. I'm going to go ahead and go with the big You Did It because it's really kind of cute. I like the font. It's a very fun font to me. And I'm going to stamp that in the gold to help make it stand out. You did it. Oh, it doesn't have an exclamation point. I just realized that. Why doesn't it have an exclamation point? It doesn't. It doesn't have an exclamation point. I hadn't even noticed that until just now. All right. Did this one have it? This one does have an exclamation point. All right, so now we'll put that in there. And so then we've mixed up 2 of our paper pumpkin kits. 3 actually, if you count the sentiments that I used from that way old one, or at least the hat stamp that I'll probably never get rid of because as I need graduation ones, this will be perfect. This stamp will be perfect. Now, was there, oh, there was Hooray Grad. That's what I had meant to put on the, where, didn't we, oh, here, Hooray Grad. Well, maybe we'll use it on the next one. But there we go. And then we have our envelope. Now it has the stripes, okay, but I'm really liking what I did yesterday, or what I did on Monday, where we take a piece of scratch paper and I'm going to use the gold and then stamp it in the green and just come over here in the circle like this. All right, and then we'll stamp it with the Celebrate because that's such a perfect, like this has become my favorite thing right now for these grad cards to do. I did it on all the envelopes of those other cards I made on Monday. Like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this You Did It with the exclamation point inside there. Ouch. I just pinched myself. Never done that before. All right. What about the green square and a stripe of gold at the bottom? Oh, yeah, I could have done that too. All right, here you go. You did it! All right. I'm loving this. Whew, that green is really juicy. All right, so here we go. Here is a nice, quick and easy card. Mixing and matching your different paper pumpkins. You can do that anytime. I know, I don't always think of it, but I definitely, when it comes to graduation, since I don't have any stamps specifically for that, I go through all my paper pumpkins and look for stuff. So that one worked out good. Here's one that I did yesterday just to kind of get an idea. I went back to that shadow box because I thought that shadow box from Rachel Tessman was so great. So I did this one, and then when you open it, it's got the You Did It, and I put the little hat right there. I didn't have very many extra hats, so that's why for Avery's I couldn't do that. But this one, I think I have a hat. No. Oh no, am I all out of hats? I cut out here we go. I think this one has a hat. There we go. This one has a hat because, doesn't it? Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Did I use up all my hats? I even made a little owl because I wanted to put a hat on the owl. Do I not have any hats? I thought I had some hats left. Let's see, are there any? Oh, there's one. There's one. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do one more quick card. And we're going to put our little hat on our owl. So this owl is from the stamp set, Adorable Owls, and I went ahead and stamped him and colored and cut him out so that you didn't have to sit here and watch me. And I gave him a big green bow tie. Doesn't really look that way in there. And then we're going to put the hat on his head. All right, so let's set that aside. Here again is one of the cards. I had specifically saved all these from that kit. And then this one has the stars and moon and everything because they're shooting for the stars, right, when they graduate. So I'm going to go ahead and on the inside do that shadow box again in case you want to see it. I just thought it was a great idea for these. So we'll go ahead and cut these off. And then we'll cut this off. So we're just cutting off the edges and we're leaving this like that. All right, now we're going to fold it in. I'm going with the green because that's a lot of gold, and I don't use a whole lot of yellow, and my favorite yellow is the Mango Melody, and yeah, I don't, they retired that, so we'll see. I might like the Lemon Lolly, but it's not going to match for these cards. All right, it's too light. It's not the same as the Crushed Curry. And I like Crushed Curry for fall and for Whitefish Bulldogs, but other than that, yeah, so there we have that. Now, before we do that, I'm going to cut out a circle. Is this size too big? That's too big. This is the 2 3/8. On the other one, what did I do? Oh, I used a die, but for today, I'm going to just go ahead and use this circle. So I want to make sure it's centered. So I'm looking up here at the fold lines to center it. And I want to go all the way up. So there. And then of course I can use these on other cards as well, because then you can use this and kind of back it up like that. All right. So now that we have this, I want to stamp this before, and I'm going to put Hooray Grad on the inside here. But I think what I did on the other one is I used this on here. I want to do it from the bottom this time. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it from the bottom this time. So we're going to lay this here like that. And then we're going to stamp the Hooray Grad like that. There we go. And then we'll put this in. Whew, that's juicy, juicy. So this is just, so instead of just having all that yellow on the inside, I thought I would tie it in to the card front. All right. And this one I'll just tip down a bit. There we go. And that way it will show through like that. And then we'll go ahead and put our glue on here. And fold this over this way. All right. There we go. We just kind of want to rub it to make sure it just kind of soaks in. Color the tassel color this tassel. All right. I'll color it green or color it gold. Should I color it green or gold? Maybe gold since the bow tie is green. All right, so we're going to use just our Stampin' Write marker. And we'll color that gold. Yeah, I think his tassels, what color are his tassels? I thought I had one hanging in here. He's got a whole bunch of tassels. I'm not sure if he's supposed to have that many tassels or what happened, but we're just going to put them all on his hat. All right, so that'll be the Hooray Grad, and then we can use the stars over here to kind of add to it. All right, I want it kind of hanging off. So with the glue, you want it to set, so you want it to just kind of hold it a little bit, and that way it doesn't go slip sliding all over the place. Because that's one thing with your liquid glue, is it will slide. It gives you wiggle room, which is why I like it so much. But when you don't want it to wiggle, then you just want to hold it there for a moment. All right. That way it doesn't wiggle. So yay, Hooray Grad. All right, so now we want to put this inside the card, okay? So now, you always want your cards to close all the way, but if they don't open all the way up, it's okay, right? So it can open just part ways. So your main thing is you're going to be putting this in here, but you want it not all the way up into the corner. You want it just beyond. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back of this. Here we go. My camera must have moved. All right, so we're going to put this, center it right here. All right. All right, here we go, like that, and then you'll make sure that it closes. Now, it might not fold perfectly, so then you have to crease it a little bit because you want to make sure it folds closed. All right, and then we're going to put glue here. And you don't want to use too much because you don't want it to sploosh out and get all over the place, and then everything's going to stick, and you don't want it to stick closed. So there's that. So I'm just rubbing it, holding it, and that way when we open our card, it'll be like that. Cool, right? All right, so now we want to decorate the front of our card, and we're going to do that. I'm going to cut this off here with my trimmer. And I'm having to suck in my stomach so I can fit my trimmer there. All right, here we go. And then we'll have this like that. I feel like it needs a little bit of dark green behind it. There we go. Let's see, what do we have? We have nothing fat enough, but we could do this on top and bottom. Yep, I like that. I just feel like it needed a little more color. So how long is this? We want it to just stick out a little bit. So that is 4 3/4. So I'm going to do this one at, well, how wide is the card? The card is 5 1/2. So I'm going to do this one at 5 1/4. That way it's just a little bit. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put glue here. And then we will measure this out. Just eyeballing it, not really measuring it. Looks like about the same amount of room, top and bottom. Looks pretty centered. All right, and then that gives it a nice little addition. Okay, so then we will go ahead and glue this on. I'm not going to worry about glue on here because then it'll be going down and I don't want it to go down. Get that centered right there. All right, we have our little owl. We're going to give him some dimensionals. And you can see I stamped him wrong and had to, well, it didn't, not really wrong, it just didn't stamp as pretty, I guess you could say. I need a mini. Where's my minis? There we go. Need a mini over here on his wing. All right. So before I put him down, I'm not going to stick him quite yet because I want that right there. But then I need that's kind of big, I think. Oh, and see here, this is where we could use, where's the other one I had? This one has a stitched edge. So I kind of like that because it kind of goes with that edging. And we'll stamp in here. Let's see, what did we do on the inside? We did Hooray Grad. So I think we'll go back to, where's our congrats? Here we go. Is this going to fit? Nope, we're going to have to change that. So let's clean it up so that we don't get it all over the place. And we're going to go with the congrats. Whoop. Congrats. Happy graduation. All right, so we're going to move this up a little bit. This one, we're going to do happy, kind of crooked. All right, it's sticking to my fingers. Here we go. So, congrats. And the reason I put it on here is just to make sure it fits first, right? You want to make sure it fits. Here we go. Congrats. Let's see. Hooray Grad. I don't think I want that after all. Congrats. How about the you did it? Let's see. Hooray Grad. We could do you did it. What about if we did the you did it and the congrats underneath? All right, we're going to go hi, congrats, or you did it, and then I need the congrats on a smaller one. There we go, like that. Nice and green. All right, we're going to attach it. Here we go. So we'll have him sitting over here. And we'll do this way. That way that one's sitting on there. All right, talking out loud, I know. But that's what you got to do on lives, right? Hi, Joanne. Nice to see you on here. Color the tassel. Do you have dimensions on the box so you can make more when you run out? No, I don't. I don't need any more boxes. I have extras still in the kit, and I don't need any more boxes. Stampin' Up! Has plenty of other little treat things that you can use. Yeah, there's always something coming, especially in Paper Pumpkin. We always do, fairly regularly. There's some sort of treat boxes and things. So no, I don't have the dimensions on that. There's always something. Plus I have old things. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for thinking of that for me, but I'm good. I'm good. So Joanna's on here with us. All right. The gold paper is pretty. This one, yeah, that just really, it's supposed to be for baby, but for me, it's for graduate. I wish I had something that said shooting for the stars. But that one hasn't come in yet. I ordered that space set. And I don't know if it says something like that, but something like that where it says shoot for the stars or something. That would have been perfect with this paper. But originally, it's the paper for the baby boxes. Don't tell the graduates I'm using baby paper for their cards. Wouldn't that be funny if they found out? I think they'd laugh. All right, so here we go. Woohoo! I like that. That looks so cute. I like these owls. They're so cute. I did not play with them nearly enough. But they're perfect for graduation, right? Because wise owls graduate. Meant boxes for cards like this. Oh, yeah. No. I see what you're saying of having it so that I could make more of these, but I don't think it would be hard to figure out. You could even make ones that are a little bigger so there's not so much white space there. I was trying to figure out how to hide some of the white space that's there. We could do that. On the other one, I was trying to figure it out too, how to hide some of that white space. So, because you know me and white space, I don't want too much white space. So we could put this in here like that, and that way it's getting rid of some of that white space. You have to have a little bit of white space for writing on, but you know, don't need too much. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that over here. And then I can still just sign it down here, and if necessary, I can write a note over here. But these are mainly for Kitar to give to his friends. All right, I did think, oh, and that's what I was going to use this for. I thought about making a little pocket here to put a $20 bill in. I was going to go to the bank and get some crispy $20 bills for his friends, since we have so many of them, toning it down. But I could use any one of these other things as a little pocket on the inside as well. So either way, but I really, really like this one. I might end up making more of these. This one's a little bit plain. I could probably add the flying owl here too. I just don't have any more hats because I used that one there and now I'm out of hats. And this stamp, that one's way too small. Although I could probably get away with that, don't you think? I could probably get away with that. Let's see. Just real quick, let's see what it looks like. If it looks really tacky, you can help me decide if it looks really tacky or if it would work. So we'll just do a quick black one on the scratch paper. And then we'll do a little green hat. And you can tell me if it would work, because if it would work, oh, it might work. It's way smaller, but what do you think? Does that work? Could I get away with that? What do you think? It's kind of small to cut out. I think that would be a little too tedious. You love to listen to me thinking out loud. Oh, that's a good thing because I seem to do it a lot. Well, especially when, like this card, I had the idea right before coming on of mixing up the kits. I had already planned on using the little hat and stuff, and I had thought to stamp it around here, but then I forgot. But yeah, so this one I had to think out loud, and I guess this one, oh, I guess you're right. I do think out loud because I have a plan in my head, and then when I go to execute, it changes. But I really like this card front. I like this owl, and I have a couple more to make, so we'll have to see. But I think I could get away with it, right? Yeah, Joanne, I think so too. I think I could get away with it. It would be kind of small, but at least it would still get the point across, right? So I'll have to play with it, and I'll show you what I come up with. I wanted to show you the finished card that we did for the teachers. So his male teachers and the principal, oh, I didn't put the, where's the inside? All right, so I grabbed one of the ones that wasn't complete. Okay, so pretend this is on the front, and when they open it up, it'll have this, so it still looks like a notebook. And so these are for the male teachers and the principal, and then the secretaries and the female teachers are just going to get a selection of the Happy Mail cards and birthday cards and whatnot that I've made and that I have plenty of. And so they'll get a set of 5 of those, and then the male teachers and the principal will get a set of 5 of these so that they can use those. I know they have pre-printed cards with W's on it, but this looks way cooler than that, right? So then they'll have those. So, all right, that was it for today. That was a lot today. So I thank you for hanging in there with me. It was so fun to make these cards with you. I absolutely love sharing this with you and having you help me think things through as to what looks good and what doesn't look good. So I appreciate that. What paper is the yellow from? So this paper here, this is the double-sided paper from the December Good Things Come in Small Packages. All right, so you can see here how the yellow paper was the baby paper. That's why I said don't tell the graduates I used baby paper on their cards, but it had the stars. And I needed the yellow because yellow and green, you know, and the graduation one, see, that's where one of the tags went, but I could steal this tag. The graduation ones were blue. Well, that would have probably worked for Carlitos and Gustavo, but then I did those other cards using their mascots. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so from the Good Things Come in Small Packages December paper pumpkin is where this came from. All right, and where the blue one with the school stuff on it came from. So today we have this card and we have this card. Super cute. And you know, for this envelope, I'll be doing the same thing that I did for all the graduation envelopes because that's just perfect. All right, you'll find that. Yes, if you don't have it or if you already used them all up for something, I think that kit is in the past kits. So if you are a subscriber, which Joanne, I know you are, you can order it if you want some of those. And depending, so I figure graduation cards, you can send out graduation cards up to a month after graduation is what I'm figuring. Because some of them I haven't even gotten their announcements yet. I'm hoping I do, considering I'm making the cards. But whether or not I get their announcements for Kitar's scrapbook doesn't matter. They're still going to get their card because they've been his friends for the past few years or since we've been here. And so that's just the way it is. So I wish you a fabulous rest of your Wednesday. We are almost to the weekend. Please send Kitar some prayers and some white light and good vibes for this weekend. Friday and Saturday is Western State Divisionals. He needs to be in the top 10 to go to state championships the next weekend. So please send him some good vibes, some good throwing distance, or however he does it, all those different throws. He's doing, this weekend, he's only doing discus and shot put because his javelin skills are not divisional qualified, which is okay. He's totally fine with that. Discus and shot put are really where his passion is. So if you could send him some good vibes for this weekend for Friday and Saturday, I would greatly appreciate it, and so would he. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great long weekend. I'll do some posting, and then I will see you on Monday. If I can get the email out for it to be the mystery make along, I will. Otherwise, I will just share another card on Monday night. It's just crazy times right now, as you all know and understand because you've all been there. Or some of you have been there. Some of you have to look forward to it when your kids grow up. So we'll see what happens. I'll do my best. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.